Hi, leopards. Are you excited about the last week of school? It's almost there. Can you believe it? You're almost done with elementary. Woohoo! Pat yourself on the back big time. Okay, proud of you. And we're almost done with this book. We're not going to quite make it to the end, but that doesn't mean you have to stop. You can still keep going. But we're pretty much going to be done to the end of it. Pretty much. Just a couple extra pages that were some easy stuff. In fact, I'm skipping some of the easy stuff just to get to the cool stuff and the kind of little bit harder stuff. Okay, so we've been talking about dividing and decimals, and this is the cool thing, okay? We've been working the problem until it, what's the word that we say? Until it, my brain is already on science. Summer break. My brain's already on summer break. Terminates. The Terminator. How can I forget that? Terminates. You keep going until it terminates. Well, sometimes, watch. Okay, 3 goes into 10 one time. No, 3 times. So 3 times 3 is 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. 3, compare, you're good. You end up with 10 again. So 3 goes into 10 3 times. By the way, we put our decimal there. And annex is 0. Sorry, I just brought down nothing. Okay, and it goes in 3 times. 10 minus 9 is 1. And so you annex another 0, which ends up with 10 again. 3 times 3 is 9. Not 10 minus 9 is 1. Ending up with, annex another 0, another 10. And guess what? You could do this problem for the rest of your life and never ever stop, because this is never going to change, right? This is what we call a repeating decimal. I don't know if they have a special word for it. A repeating decimal. A fraction that divides out evenly is called a terminating decimal. And if it doesn't come out evenly ever, 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 it's called a repeating decimal. So instead of making you do this for the rest of your life, you can either round it off, like we learned, was that yesterday or the day before? Round it off to the nearest whatever. We could round this one off to the nearest 10th because we have one determining digit. If we keep going, we'd have another 3. And so you could round it off to the nearest 100th. So you would end up being 3.3 rounded. Or you can say 3.33, and you could do the ... That means it goes on forever. Isn't that what they show us on here? Yes. Or in math, you can put a hat. I call it a hat. It's just a line on top of it. And the line on top of it tells you that this number is going to continue to repeat forever to infinity. So I kind of like the hat. So you could either do 3.333, 3 ... or 3.3 with a hat, and that means it keeps going. Okay, look at this one. Let's see. At least I think this is, yeah, okay. So that was 10 divided by 3, now 10 divided by 6. 10 goes into 6, 6 goes into 10 one time. You end up with a 4. Put your decimal there, annex a 0, bring it down. 6 goes into 46 times. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 minus 40 is 4. Annex another 0, bring it down, up. And so you see that you're going to end up with the same thing as before, only it started off as, well, you know what? Let me do this. Let's do 6 divided by 1. Or 1 divided by 6. Okay, so then that means the decimal goes right there. Okay, so this would end up being 1, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. So the first number doesn't repeat, but this 6 is going to repeat forever. So you can either do the ... or 0.16 with a hat on top of the, does it have a name? Does our page say a line over the digits that repeat is another way to show that the decimal repeats rather than terminates, but it doesn't really give a name for that line. So you can either make a line on top of it, or you can put the ... Now, one that's really cool, this one's my favorite, is, okay, we're taking 1/7 and changing it into a decimal. So what we were just doing there was 1/3 and 1/6, okay? I did it wrong. I said 10 divided by, I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so 3 into 1, okay, that's the one that ends up being 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, okay? So 1/3 equals 3/10 forever. 1/6 equals 1 6 6 6 6 6. Just the 6 has the hat because the 6 keeps repeating. Okay, 1/7 is the fun one. Okay, so 7, I gotta make it, I have to write small here. 7 into 1. Okay, so we're doing 1/7, changing it into a decimal. Okay, 7 doesn't go into 1, so annex is 0. 7 goes into 10 one time. 10 minus 7 is 3. Annex is 0, bring it down. Keep annexing zeros till it terminates. Okay, 7 times 4 is 28. 30 minus 28 is 2. Annex another 0. 7 times 2 is 14. I need to make sure I'm concentrating here. My brain tends to get ahead of me and then I make mistakes. Okay, so annex another 0. 7 goes into 60. 8 times, 7 times 8 is 56. 56 minus 6 is 40. I'm going to quit making my arrows. You get the idea. 7 times 5 is 35. 50. 7 times 7 is 49. 50 minus 49 is 1. 7 goes into 10 one time. Can you still see this? I'm going to bring this up here now just so you can see it. I'm here right now. Okay, 10 minus 7 is 3. Bring down. 7 goes into 7 times 4 is 28. We end up with a 2. 7 times 2 is 14. We end up with a 6. 7 times 8 is 56. We end up with a 4. 7 times 7 is 49. Nope. 40, sorry. 7 times 5 is 35. We end up with a 5. 7 times 7 is 49. We end up with a 1 again. And it keeps going. Look, here's the pattern. 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. And you already know the next one's going to be 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. Is that not cool? It just continues to repeat forever. So on this one, this answer, I made it up too high. But for this one, the answer would be 0.1. Okay, 1/7 is the coolest decimal. 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, all with a line on top, all with a hat on top, because that continues to repeat. 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1, 8, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. Isn't that cool? I know. It's great, isn't it? So on the last day, is this you guys' last day? Let me look. What page number are we on? 287. We're doing 287, 288. Yes, this is your last math page because tomorrow we're going to take our last test. So this is it. And it's like the coolest. Pretty cool. Okay, so whenever you're changing a fraction to a decimal, if it doesn't terminate, this is what you do. Okay, so let's look at our page for today. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, and up here it says, learn these fraction decimal equivalents. 1/6 equals 0.16666 forever. 5/6 is 8, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. The 3 repeats, the 3 and the 6 repeat over here. Okay, learn those, it says. Okay, and then it says to mark under their incorrect fraction and decimal pairs. Okay, so 3/4, if you memorized it, yes, 3/4, it's like 4 and fourths makes quarters. How many quarters would make 3/4 of a dollar? 75 cents. Mark under the incorrect fraction. Okay, so this one's good. 1/6 up there, it tells you 1/6 equals, is that right? 1,333? No, 1/6 equals 1,666. So this one's wrong. Okay, 2/3 is 0.6666, so it should be like that instead. So that one is wrong. And 1/3, I can't see. 1/3 is correct. Did I skip a section? I did. Okay, 1/3 is correct. All right, so I was going to have you guys finish that section anyway. So this one on this first line, these two were incorrect. Fill those in. The rest of it I'm going to let you guys figure out, either by looking in your math. You can look up here at the ones you're supposed to learn and the ones you've learned before. Would also be, no, I don't think they'll be on that page you did. You should still have that page. But I don't think they're in the math folder. I think in the past I've made the kids write it down, so they would be. Okay, but I actually skipped a section, didn't I? Okay, so change these fractions to repeating decimal. It says notice the repeating pattern when 9 is the denominator. Okay, so 9 into 1. 9 goes into 10 one time. Okay, so the decimal goes right there. It's going to be 0.1 forever, or you could write 0.1 ... your choice. One of those. 9 goes into 2, or I should say it doesn't. 2 times 18, 2, so 0.222. What do you get? Look, judging by those, what do you think 4 and 5 is going to be? Yeah, it's going to be 0.4. And it's going to be 0.5, I betcha. Let's just double check. 9 into 4. 9 goes into it 4 times. 36, 4, and yada, yada, yada. 9 goes into 5 times. Because it's really close to 10. I guess that's why. Okay? And then, what was the last one? F is 8/9. I think you can figure that one out too. It's off my screen, but it'll be 0.8. Okay, then go down here and mark those like I said. And then the rest of it, oh, I'm so excited to say, is review. We are finally done with this year and with elementary, with math. Yes, I know your book didn't finish, and you are certainly more than welcome to go and finish it. There's one more page that's kind of fun to divide decimals by a decimal. Then you have to move your decimal place a little bit. I would encourage you to try to finish that anyway. Your parents can probably help you, or if you want to text me and ask me, I will be happy to answer your questions. I think that's the next page. No, the next page, the next couple pages are real super easy. Shortcuts to multiplying and dividing by 100 and 1,000. And then after that, it's dividing a decimal by a decimal. It's really the same thing, except you have to sometimes count decimal places. So it's up to you if you want to go and try to finish that, just so you'll be ready for next year. Next year, though, I don't think they start with that, so I think you're probably going to be fine. But anyway, tomorrow you have a test, and you are done. Here comes summer.